Welcome everyone to our nutrition focused coach training. I'm going to shut my little video off so you guys can see the full screen of the slides. Today we're digging into optimal wellness because this is where we thrive. We're really going to dig into the power of botanicals, and we're going to learn about both our Shakeology and our Shakeology Boost line. I really think of our Shakeology Boost line as our well-being boosts. So Shakeology is a nutrient-dense superfood and adaptogenic blend that's formulated with globally harvested ingredients that supply phytonutrients, antioxidants, enzymes, prebiotics and probiotics, fiber, adaptogens, vitamins, and minerals. The proprietary formula is crafted with a potent blend of high-quality nutrients that are pretty hard to get from the standard American diet, let alone track down in your local grocery store. While Shakeology is not a weight loss shake, many individuals who supplement it with a whole food diet do find it easier to achieve their wellness and weight loss goals. It was created with maximum nutrient density to help support healthy energy, curb junk food cravings, and support digestive health, all of which can help you lose weight when coupled with the right fitness and whole foods nutrition plan. So I want to give you a little bit of the backstory and some of the highlights on Shakeology. You can actually just read through some of the highlights yourself on this slide, but a little bit of the backstory. So Shakeology was formulated by two people. One is Darren O'Lean. Darren O'Lean is a superfood hunter. I want to be very clear that he does not work for Beachbody as like a Beachbody employee. Rather, he is a superfood hunter that was commissioned to do Shakeology. And he did this in partnership with Isabel Deichler, who is Carl, our CEO's wife. So a little backstory on Isabel. She actually used to, I want to say she coached running. She was a trainer. I even want to say she actually did some coaching for Brad Pitt at one point. I remember hearing that along the lines, but I'm not sure where, which is kind of a fun little fact. But she got really, really ill, and her body was just fatigued, and she had aches and pains, and the doctors basically just kind of wrote her off until one day she just literally crashed and fell down at her doorstep. And so she started to seek out Eastern medicine and worked with a Chinese medicine doctor and was basically making her own sort of home brews, right? Like the cauldron of herbs and teas and stuff to bring her body into balance. So when her and Carl connected, she was already really versed in health. So when Carl came up with the notion that he wanted to create some sort of product, some sort of supplement that could fill in the standard American diet and provide nutrients for individuals that are working on their wellness, he of course went to Isabel and was asking her, what do you think? Can you formulate something for our network? Well, Isabel turned around and said to him, because she's very much about holistic health, I will only formulate something for you if this isn't about a bottom line. Meaning, like, what I'm going to formulate for you is going to be expensive. It's going to have a lot of high quality herbals. You are not going to be able to cut corners, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're looking for a bottom line number, I will not do this for you. As a matter of fact, I'll divorce you. So he learned really quickly, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. And that's really where he was coming from. So that's when they connected with Darren. They brought Darren in, and together him and Isabel formulated it. They have an entire R&D, research and development team that goes into the field. So all of the herbals, adaptogens, the roots, everything you see in Shakeology is not just something they're buying from a supplier like many companies do. Their suppliers are farms that they have personal relationships with, and they're all around the globe, which is one of the reasons why Shakeology is not certified organic. However, it is grown with organic practices, meaning that our R&D team goes out, it tests the soil, they make sure the soil is nutrient dense and that the farmers are using organic practices. In various third world countries, if you're asking for a farmer to get organic certified, that certification alone will bankrupt the farmer, and there would be no way for them to be able to create the incredible products that they do. So that's sort of a backstory on why we don't have the organic labeling on it. And I haven't mentioned it in here, but just so you know, Shakeology is free of gluten-containing ingredients. It is not certified gluten-free. The only gluten cross-contaminant that you generally see in Shakeology would be oat. Oat is one of the ingredients that's in the proprietary blend of protein in the plant-based blend. Oats are not a glutinous food, but they are grown in cross rotation with wheat where they can get gluten contaminated. That being said, they go through extra measures to make sure there isn't any gluten containing products, ingredients, or anything in the facility when Shakeology is being put together and blended together. However, it is not certified as gluten-free. So hopefully you read through some of those other great tips on there as well. So let's dig into the powerful botanicals that are in Shakeology. So Shakeology is a proprietary blend of pea, flax, quinoa, and rice. It has the superfruit and antioxidant blend, which is camu camu, acerola berry, blueberry, bilberry, goji berry, lohan gao, which is also called monk fruit, pomegranate, and rose hips. There is a greens phytonutrient blend, which is chlorella, spinach, kale, and matcha green tea. A proprietary adaptogenic blend, which is ashwagandha, astragalus, cordyceps, maca, maitake, reishi, schisandra, and chaga. And a proprietary pre and probiotic digestive enzyme blend as well. So I know you're seeing this in the label all the time and you're like, what are these things? So I wanted to give you a really short breakdown of them. Of course, you can go in and research any of these ingredients and find an incredible list of benefits that they have, but to keep it tight, superfruits and superfoods, camu camu has one of the highest vitamin C sources of any single food on the planet. Rose hips is also a rich source of vitamin C. Your other superfruits are really helping to help combat against oxidative stress and free radicals. The greens blend is really working to alkalize and revitalize your body. Matcha green tea is a great source of the antioxidant ECEG plus many other antioxidants, and it helps to boost energy and metabolism. When you're looking at the adaptogenic herbals, and we're going to dig into what those are in just a moment, you're really focused with Shakeology on this. I think there's about 6 or so that they really focus on. Ashwagandha, which in Ayurveda is the, it's basically the sister science to yoga. It's Indian medicine. So in Ayurveda, the Sanskrit term for adaptogen is rasayana. Rasayanas help replenish the tissues of the body and are recommended when one is feeling weak, debilitated, or low in ojas. And ojas is like your vitality. So it really helps to improve your strength and vigor. Ashwagandha rejuvenates and tonifies the entire system, especially the endocrine and immune systems. And your endocrine system is your hormone system of your body. Astragalus is immune boosting, anti-aging, and has anti-inflammatory effects. Schisandra is believed to have anti-aging properties and contains compounds that alleviate oxidative stress on the liver and help improve your liver function. Cordyceps and maitake are both mushrooms that contain chemicals which may fight against tumors and stimulate the immune system, create healthy cell turnover, and promote overall wellness. Reishi helps your body adapt to stress and may increase your immune function as well. Chaga is another mushroom packed with antioxidants. They improve immunity, chronic inflammation, blood sugar, and cholesterol levels. And maca is said to boost energy levels, increase vitality and endurance, healthy sexual function and libido, reduce anxiety and stress, and support healthy brain function and balance healthy hormone levels. And just as a disclaimer, all these statements, anything that goes into Shakeology has not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent. Anytime you're talking about herbs or botanicals, you're always utilizing that language may. This may help this may help that. You really can't make any claims on any food or any supplements out there. So what are adaptogens? The most simple way to describe adaptogens is as a collection of plants, specifically roots, herbs, and mushrooms that have been identified for their abilities to help the human body resist physical, chemical, and biological stressors. These herbs have been around for hundreds of years. They have long been used in Chinese and Ayurvedic healing traditions and are said to perform many functions in the body. Some are regarded as herbals that help you to improve your attention, increase endurance, mainly in situations caused by fatigue and lower stress. They may balance hormone levels, keep cortisol, which is the stress hormone, levels and other hormone levels in check, fight fatigue that results from overkill of physical or emotional stress, help improve immune functions, which get dulled by stress, and stimulate mental performance that has been impacted by stress. So I'm stressing stress because overall what adaptogenics do is they bring your body back into balance. They normalize your bodily functions. So unlike taking a pre-workout that gives you energy, The way that adaptogens give you energy is they combat against where you're feeling fatigued due to the onset of stresses in your body. So it really is just a calibrating, equalizing, and all about bringing your body back into balance. In addition, some adaptogens enable your cells to access more energy, which helps cells eliminate toxic byproducts of the metabolic process and help the body utilize oxygen more efficiently. This effectively helps your body's internal stress meter cool down, thereby promoting homeostasis and helping you feel calmer and less reactive. So that's really Shakeology in a nutshell. Our Super Greens blend is a part of Shakeology. That's one of its proprietary ingredients. It's a combination of chlorella, kale, spinach, and matcha green tea. And chlorella specifically helps to bind to and extract heavy metals from the body. And again, greens in general are there to help alkalize your body, revitalize your body, really just great, clean energy. Shakeology also has prebiotics, probiotics, and digestive enzymes in it. So Shakeology's digestive blend, is a combination of yakan root, chicory root, Bacillus coagulans, that's your probiotics, amylase, cellulase, lactase, glucoamylase, alpha glucose, I can't even say that, invertase. So the latter, everything after Bacillus coagulans, everything after that is a digestive enzyme. So the one that I slaughtered, alpha galactose or whatever, that one actually works specifically to combat against flatulence, gas, that sort of thing. So every single enzyme is working to do different things. Invertase works with sugar, amylase works with carbohydrates, they all work together synergistically. So all of them being together makes all the other ones work better. Probiotics, prebiotics, fibers, and digestive enzymes help with your nutrient absorption and support regularity and healthy digestion. That's why one of the reasons why they're so important in this blend. You have so many incredible nutrients in Shakeology, and this helps your body uptake them. One of the ways that I talk about Shakeology is I always say, to keep this in a quick nutshell, it has prebiotics, probiotics, and digestive enzymes, everything you need for gut and brain health, because there is a direct correlation from a healthy gut to mental clarity and a healthy brain. And then, of course, I wanted to bring out the white elephant in the room. Everybody always says, oh, but there's sugar in Shakeology, right? It's so perfect, and then they add sugar. Well, the sugar that's in Shakeology comes from both the superfruits that are in there and also from sugar cane. Shakeology uses the entire sugar cane stalk, including the outer husk, which keeps the fiber intact and also lowers the glycemic index and adds fiber. It's not refined, which would cause it to lose any of its original plant nutrients. So you have to remember, sugar cane refined is sugar where it has no, nutritive value in it. But when you're using it in its raw, unrefined state and you're blending down the husk and everything with it, you've got trace amounts of calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, zinc, thiamine, and riboflavin. So as far as finding a way to sweeten this incredible, super nutrient dense formula, they went about doing it in the most healthy and whole way possible. Because of all the herbals and plant ingredients that are in Shakeology, there simply is not a way to make it taste amazing without adding a little bit of sugar or sweetener. I mean, even ashwagandha is the definition, if you kind of move the Indian word into English, means like the smell of the horse. It's all about vigor. And so it does have a very bitter, pungent, loud smell to it, right? You're looking at these roots and mushrooms and earthy, very dirt-like quality ingredients. So if you don't alter them in some way, if you don't add sugar, it's not going to be palatable for any human. But Shakeology does not have any compromising ingredients. It doesn't have any artificial sweeteners, which are known to have carcinogenic effects. That's why they use sugar. Rather, it's a combination of whole food sources and stevia for sweetness. And for those of you that don't know, stevia is derived from a stevia plant. I actually grow a stevia plant. You can take the stevia leaves and throw them in the smoothies and all sorts of things and blend them in your house, which is kind of cool. And for any clients that might give you the sugar comeback, just know this, right? You've got the facts now, but also there are so many things that people put in their body in a day without a food label on it. And when you don't look right at the food label, and it doesn't scream to you, oh, 5 grams of sugar, right? Which 5 grams of sugar is very minimal. An apple has 20 grams of sugar. But the point being, with Shakeology having 5 grams of added sugar, somebody's going to eat a cookie and never even think about the fact that, like, oh, I went to the coffee shop and I ate a cookie, and it's like, oh, it probably wasn't bad for me. But that cookie probably had 50 grams of sugar, right? But so anytime somebody wants to give you that comeback on sugar, just remember, none of us are perfect in how we eat. Not even the people that you think are the most perfect. Okay. Nobody is. So we are all putting sugar and different things in our body. So it's our job to really start to look at how can we make the choices that we're putting in our body the absolute best choices. The other thing I wanted to mention was just the whey versus the plant protein. There's 2 different blends when it comes to Shakeology. There's not a lot of difference between the two. Obviously, one of the questions I ask my clients is if they know if they're lactose intolerant or if they're planning to test dairy in or out of their diet. And if they are, then I certainly put them on the plant protein. If somebody is a dairy doer, they love dairy and they want to enjoy the whey Shakeology, then I offer that one as well. So it really just depends on your client. I do let clients know if they tend to eat a lot of dairy foods such as yogurt and cheese and other just dairy foods, then I tend to try to push them towards the plant protein, because when you start to increase your dairy in the diet, it's said that about 3/4 of the world's population has a dairy sensitivity or a dairy intolerance. And when people start to eat more dairy, I have noticed that there becomes more bloating, more plateauing, often more flatulence and that sort of thing. But when it comes down to the formulations, really the only difference in the formulations is that the whey version has a vitamin fortification in it. So think of like if you see a box of Total cereal, or if you buy, a jar of vitamins off the shelf, like in that little capsule of vitamins, right? You can't just have pure food derived. Like if you disintegrated an orange and put an orange into a little capsule along with all these other fruits and veggies, you wouldn't get the amount of vitamin C you would get from a bag of oranges, right? So all these things like cereals on the market and vitamins on the market are, for the most part, vitamin fortified. So they have vitamin isolates in them. Those are lab synthesized. So I want to be very clear on that. With the plant version of Shakeology, it is all from whole food derived ingredients. So that's why on the regular version, you'll see an actual, I believe they still have it. They used to have an ingredient list where it showed you like how much vitamin A, how much vitamin C, how much vitamin D. You won't see that on the plant protein version because there's no way to actually know from bag to bag what the variance is. With an isolate, obviously you know exactly how much of each vitamin is going into that formulation. With whole foods, one orange to one orange, one apple to one apple are going to have totally different nutritional profiles. So anytime somebody wants to stay closer to earth, or they want to stay away from any vitamin isolates, and anytime I have a client who is pregnant and taking a prenatal, I always recommend the plant protein version of Shakeology. So how to make it? I know a lot of you know, but in case this is your first time learning about Shakeology, blend it or shake it with coconut water, milk, or plant milk, or you can add it to a blender and really make it a meal by adding in frozen or fresh fruit, berries, greens, vegetables, nut butters, nut seeds, that sort of thing. But just remember, anything you add into your Shakeology is counted towards your calorie counts or your container counts for your day. Often I get asked, what is the best time to have it? You can really have it anytime, breakfast, lunch, snack, or dinner. It can fit into any part of your day, but just remember, it's not really formulated to be a meal replacement. So if you're using it as a meal replacement, it's best if you're combining it with other healthy whole foods. If you want to take a deeper dive into Shakeology and how to share it, I really recommend that you check out our Coach Surge that we did just last year. We usually do this once a year, once every couple of years. Myself and a few of my coach friends get together to put this on. So it's a next level training. It's actually 2 hours long. The first 30 minutes is Darren actually talking about Shakeology. So you can learn from the horse's mouth, from the creator of Shakeology, all about it. And then you're going to get an opportunity to learn from some other top network coaches about how they share on social media, about our product line, and so much more. So if you want to get more in depth with all things coaching and sharing, go to tinyurl.com/2019 Coach Surge. So next we're going to dig into our well-being boosts. Shakeology boosts are an easy and effective way to customize your Shakeology or smoothie, and can also be used mixed in with other liquids to enhance your results. They are formulated to target and fulfill specific lifestyle needs. There are 3 boosts that approach well-being from 3 different angles. So we have a fiber boost to enhance digestive and overall health, a focused energy herbal boost with key ingredients traditionally used for focus and energy, and a power greens boost to add an extra serving of green veggies to your daily diet. So let's start with power greens. Power greens is a convenient way to get a full serving of nutrient-dense vegetables while supporting your body's acid-alkaline balance. 1 tiny scoop is like eating 2/3 cup of leafy greens, 1/3 cup of cucumber, and 1/3 cup or 1/3 of a large celery stalk. I can tell you from when I've run out and trying to go to our local co-op, which is a very holistic shop, there is nothing that you can buy at the local grocers like this. Many of the greens powders out there there's tons of greens powders, but there's a lot that are just all these micronutrients, which is fantastic. But this is the only one on the market I have ever found that literally 1 scoop, and this is one of the highlights, 1 scoop of the concentrated powder is equivalent to 1 cup of green vegetables. That's the volume before drying. It may help support your body's optimal acid and alkaline balance. It delivers key minerals to support overall health. It delivers phytonutrients from powerful greens, and there are no artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, or preservatives. How to use it? You can add it to Shakeology or any smoothie. I like to mix mine just with water and then take it like a shot. I do that often in the mornings to start my day, or if I'm not having a green juice in the day, sometimes I do it later in the day. It tastes better. The reality is mixed with coconut water. Most people are not going to enjoy the taste of greens mixed with water. I actually think this one is quite nice, but coconut water and the greens taste really good. The next one is the Focused Energy Boost. Focused Energy is a holistic blend of ingredients that combine ancient wisdom and Eastern medicine with a little caffeine from green tea and guarana to offer an energy boost and steady focus. This blend includes herbs and mushrooms that help support mental clarity and help improve focus, alertness, and attention with no artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, or preservatives. Each serving of Focused Energy, and it's a tiny little scoop, contains 100 milligrams of caffeine from guarana and green tea. So guarana is an Amazonian plant that's specifically used for boosting energy and aiding in learning and memory. So 100 milligrams of caffeine is about the same amount as a single cup brewed of coffee. So you can replace your morning cup of coffee, or if you do an afternoon pick-me-up cup of coffee, you can replace it with this, which is much more wholesome. And you can add this to Shakeology or your favorite beverage. You can even mix it in with just like a little bit of plant milk. This way, on days where you need an energy boost for your mind and your body, you can use this blend without compromising your health. So it has a very like caramelly, malty-like flavor. It's quite good. And I think that flavor comes from the lion's mane, and I'll give you some of the key highlights in here. But most certainly you can add this to smoothies, and it gives it a little bit to your Shakeology. It gives it a little caramelly, malty finish to it. Or you can just, like I said, mix it with a little bit of plant milk and drink it like a shot. And again, it tastes kind of like a little caramelly shot. So Focused Energy Boost key ingredients, you've got ginseng. For centuries, Asian cultures have used this ancient herb to help promote vitality as well as support mental clarity. Focused Energy uses both Panax ginseng, which is native to Asia, as well as the American variety. Rhodiola, this powerful adaptogen, grows in Siberia, has been traditionally used to enhance the body's ability to adapt and respond to the effects of stress. And then the following 4 is the mushroom blends that's in there. So it's got lion's mane. Of the 4 traditional mushrooms included in this boost, lion's mane has commonly been used to help support the body's adapt to stressors. It can be cooked or eaten on its own if you get it as its own thing, and it actually tastes really delicious, and that's why I think it contributes to that malty flavor. Cordyceps, Eastern cultures have long used this orange mushroom to support energy, and it has been recently drawn to the attention of athletes. This mushroom is also often consumed in supplement form, but is not usually cooked. Reishi, this mushroom, which ranges in color from ripe to orange to brown, has been used for thousands of years in traditional Chinese medicine. It has often been used by herbalists to support energy. Reishi, which is usually too hard and dense to eat, is often consumed in teas, tinctured, and dried powder. And then king trumpet, also known as king oyster mushroom. King trumpet is a source of phytonutrients. They're thick and white, and you've probably seen them at your local grocery store. So let me just say the reason why you would use Focus Energy over something like a pre-workout. They're very, very different. So a pre-workout is intended to give you, like, within 15 minutes, a great lift, push you for energy and endurance. Our pre-workout specifically has beta-alanine in it. We'll talk about that down the line here, which helps with muscle recovery. However, with Focused Energy, it's not intended per se for workouts. It's really intended to bring you mental focus. So the ingredients that are in there, they've got this incredible complex of mushrooms that do boost your energy and do boost your immunity and all these things. But then you've got specific things like guarana and ginseng that are all focused around really having focused intention around memory. So like test taking and that sort of thing. You would use Focused Energy and not Energize, which might not give you that same level of focus, right? You just might want to bounce off the walls. Digestive health is the last boost. More than half of Americans get less than half the recommended daily amount of dietary fiber. Fiber supplements can help you reach your quota, but most provide only one kind of fiber, and the most popular varieties often contain sugar or artificial flavors or sweeteners or excess amounts of ingredients. Digestive health ingredients help maintain regularity in digestive health. They contain both soluble and insoluble fibers. So soluble fibers create a barrier in your gut, which helps you absorb nutrients and help support healthy cholesterol. And then insoluble fiber adds bulk to your stool to help you pass more quickly through the stomach and through the intestines, sweeping everything out. So the highlights in digestive health is that it contains 7 grams of both soluble and insoluble fiber in every scoop. It contains ALA, which are omega-3s. 1 scoop is equivalent to 40% of your recommended daily allowance of fiber. And how to use it, you just simply add it to Shakeology. And you could probably mix it with water, right? And drink it like that, but it's not going to be yummy. And anytime you do use anything with psyllium, and this does have psyllium in it, you do want to increase your water because psyllium bulks. So some of the digestive health key ingredients, we've got chia seeds, which are a great source of insoluble fiber. Their ancient South American cultures have used chia for energy, and now they are popular ingredients in puddings, smoothies, and jams. Tons of fiber, and really have a mucogenic effect as they get wet, which helps with taking anything out of your digestive tract. Chicory root supplies the prebiotic fiber inulin, which may support gut health. Flax delivers insoluble fiber and protein and is one of the best sources of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, which is also found in chia seeds. It helps support cardiovascular health. And just something to note, when you're eating flax seeds, you always want to grind your seeds right before you eat them instead of buying ground flax powder or eating whole seed, because the whole seeds are going to pass through your body. And if you buy ground flax powder, and you're just basically oxidizing it, you're losing some of its key ingredients. So I used to always, when I was using flax more and just things I was cooking and making, I would always take my teaspoon and grind it in a little coffee grinder right before I used it. Pea fiber supplies insoluble fiber. This wholesome source of fiber helps maintain digestive system health and regularity. And psyllium husks cellular fiber. With a healthy diet and low saturated fat and cholesterol, they may help to reduce heart disease. This plant is high mucogenic as well, meaning that when it's mixed with water, it gets quite thick and sticky, which is why psyllium husks are common in fiber supplements. But you want to drink a lot of water when you're taking psyllium and never have it dry. If you're doing dry, you can literally like choke on it. So one of my girlfriends, Becca Robinson, has her favorite superfood cookie dough recipe that I thought I would share with you that she makes with Shakeology. So it's 1 packet of vanilla Shakeology, 1 scoop of digestive health boost, 1.5 tablespoons of almond butter or peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of honey, sprinkle of sea salt, teaspoon of stevia, and 2 tablespoons unsweetened almond milk and a few chocolate chips. And she just mixes it all up and it makes a really, really yummy cookie dough. So I wanted to make sure that you guys had that recipe so you could play around with one other way to enjoy your digestive health. So if you want to dive into more, whether that's on Shakeology, whether it's to get incredible recipes, whether it's to learn more about these incredible supplements or anything else, make sure you go to the Beachbody blog. You can link over right from Beachbody On Demand. You can Google it, but there's so much great content there. So that's all I have for you for today. Tomorrow, Jacqueline's going to come visit and she's going to talk about Daily Sunshine and beach bars. And then I'll be back on Friday to cover sports nutrition and our performance line.